As you go right to left, you find that there's some repetition coming here. And I want to say, following Chuck Nelson, that I believe God put coal deep underground for a reason, and she meant for us to leave it there. I believe that we've entered an era that Harvard biologist E.O. Wilson calls the bottleneck. I believe that someday we will come through that gauntlet chastened but improved. But it will be a trial by fire, hopefully a tempering process in which we'll shed our illusions of being separate from nature and our pretense that we can master nature or each other through violence. On the other side of the bottleneck, maybe we will have gained a clearer vision of the value of life and a deeper understanding of what it means to be stewards and trustees for all life. As a teacher and educator, I believe that humankind, a precocious upstart ape, has a long way to go and a short time to get there, as country philosopher Jerry Reed once put it. Our situation is rather like the passengers in the old joke who hear the pilots say in the intercom, there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is that we're running ahead of schedule. The bad news is we're lost. As a species, I believe that we are promising in many ways, as we assume in moments of self-congratulation. But no one can say for certain exactly what the promise might be. Opinions divide between those who think us like a cosmic dandelion, destined to send our seed out to fill every nook and cranny of the universe, and those who prefer a more modest and spiritually deeper course. I believe these to be mutually exclusive paths, but celebration of humankind is deeply, perhaps fatally embedded in both. I believe with Thomas Merton, when he advised students to be anything you like, and for those of you students in the audience, this is for you, be anything you like. And Thomas Merton, by the way, was a Trappist monk. Be anything you like, be madmen, drunks, and bastards of every shape and form, but at all costs, avoid one thing: success. We've had enough success, and I believe that it's nearly ruined us. And I believe, too, that the world is rich in possibilities. I don't think that we're fated to poison ourselves to death or cause the heat death of the earth. That's a choice we will make, but we can make other choices. I think we can rise above division, hard-heartedness, greed, illusion, and ill will. And we are capable, in short, of becoming citizens in the larger community of life, and doing so would ennoble humankind. The writer of Deuteronomy wrote, "I've put before you life and death. Choose life that ye and your children may live abundantly." Beginning with nuclear weapons, ours are the first generations ever in human history to face the challenge of life and death on a global scale, and to know that our decisions will be decisive for everyone and for all time. The question is simply whether civilization will live or perish, and if it lives, will it thrive or just get by? I believe that climate destabilization, not global warming, climate destabilization is surely the perfect problem. It is complicated, and yet it's simple. It invites procrastination, and yet it is utterly urgent. It's become polarized between right and left, but its effects will transcend all party affiliations. In academic terms, humankind is up for its final examination. How will we respond? If you or I are merely optimistic, you just don't know enough. If you're despairing, you do not have enough faith. But neither optimism nor despair requires you or I to do anything at all. Optimism is like being a New York Yankees fan when you're ahead by 5 runs with 2 outs in the 9th inning and Mariano Rivera in his prime with 2 strikes on a 200 hitter. You get the picture. You're optimistic because you know the odds are in your favor. If you're a Cleveland Indians fan, and I am one, since that bitter season of 1954, you live in the hope that that 200 hitter will rise to the occasion and launch the improbable rally that eventually wins the game. That's hope. Genuine hope is not a feeling. It's not merely an attitude. It is rather an enduring way of life and living. It's a verb with its sleeves rolled up. To be filled with hope means many things. It means that you take life seriously enough to know what the score really is. It requires you and I to rise above illusion, wishful thinking, denial, and to be immune to all of those who prey on the gullible and the ill-informed. It means that you have the stamina and the patience to work for the long haul and things over the far horizon. It means that your faith, whatever it may be, is of the durable sort that enables you to surmount difficulties, setbacks, and disappointments and never give up. It means doing your work, whatever it may be, faithfully and courageously. Hope means joining the great work of our time to create a better world than that in prospect, so that centuries from now our time will have been humanity's finest hour, not its final hour. Hope leads us to the recognition that we were never as wealthy as we thought ourselves to be, but that we are richer than we could have known when we thought ourselves merely to be wealthy. Hopeful people know that real wealth is found not in things or bank accounts, but in friendships, community, learning, culture, science, poetry, summer baseball leagues, tradition, and then the way we treat all children. And the wisest among us know that hope is part of the larger chemistry that includes faith, love, and forgiveness. Reinhold Niebuhr once put it this way: nothing that is worth doing can be achieved in our lifetime. Therefore, we must be saved by hope. Nothing which is true or beautiful or good makes complete sense in any immediate context of history. Therefore, we must be saved by faith. Nothing we do, however virtuous, can be accomplished alone. Therefore, we are saved by love. No virtuous act is quite as virtuous from the standpoint of our friend or foe as it is from our standpoint. Therefore, we must be saved by the final form of love, which is forgiveness. I believe that millennial hope that stretches to the far horizon, is the only realistic choice that you and I have. And millennial hope is not for the weak, or the faint-hearted, or the lazy, or the distracted. It is only for those with boldness, good hearts, and courage enough to live hopefully. Thank you.